WCSN welcomes you to the 2018 Prudential U.S. Figure Skating Championships. We welcome you to San Jose. Terry Gannon once again alongside Johnny Weir, Tara Lipinski. This has been going on for over a century, the Nationals, but extra special every time it's an Olympic season. The final chance. It comes down to this. If you're an athlete, Terry, you know it. You've been through it. Take me inside their mindset. You know, it's a short program, a free skate, that's it to make it.
It's terrifying, Terry. The stakes are so high. You train for 4 years for this moment. Every practice, every tier is for this final moment, and you don't know what will happen in the next 4 years, the next cycle. There could be an injury, so you have to take advantage of it. So going into it, I remember I would be shaking physically, but somehow could block it all out. So these skaters come in with blinders on.
The National Championships is such a special event every year, but in an Olympic season, it is magnified. It's the biggest thing that's ever happened to you. Every mistake, everything to and fro, this competition is important because really your life can change in a matter of 6 minutes.
So don't think about it.
Don't think about it.
What it all means.
Easy to do that, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you've got the ladies short program tonight, certainly names that we know, like Ashley Wagner we just took a look at. Would you agree, though, that it's a wide-open event for the ladies?
The door is open. Ashley has been the one to beat for so many seasons. Yeah. But this past year, she struggled so much. Her star is really fading, and I think it could be anyone's game.
That's something that's so exciting about this mix of ladies for the 3 spots available for the team in Pyeongchang, is that everyone is kind of at an equal playing field. No one is such a status symbol at the moment that they're just, you know, going to be on the team. How we look at Nathan Chen in the men's event, for example. Everyone has to perform their best, skate the lights out to make that team.
We should point out, too, it's not just making it to the podium. It's not necessarily the top 3 go to the Olympics. It's an international committee that selects those names. We've had it happen before. In fact, Ryan Nagasu knows all about that.
Very well, but she has the secret weapon. She has that triple axel, and she's out for the kill. She wants to be on this Olympic team so badly.
Doing it beautifully all week in practice. She's landed it during the Grand Prix series. Mirai Nagasu needs that triple axel in this short program. It gives her a 5-point advantage over every other lady in the event.
There's only, what, she's the 3rd American to do it, lady, and only maybe 3 doing it out there right now. That's how big it is. That
it's ridiculous.
Triple axel. Yeah, exactly. She didn't even do it back then.
No, it is so difficult.
So you know it's hard.
No, it's hard. All
right, just getting things started here. The ladies short program as we continue with those names, many others from San Jose. Mirai Nagasu, she got credit for going for the triple axel. What does that bode for the free skate? You know you're going to get credit for at least trying it.
Well, I think she's going to go for it again. That is Mirai this season, aggressive, and she's on it. And I think in the end, that's what's going to give her the advantage.
Might separate it, the fact that you get credit for that.
Yes, I mean, she definitely has that advantage, but she has to keep her head on her shoulders and get through all the other elements. Throwing a Hail Mary pass like Tom Brady and somebody not catching it, they don't get credit for that. So you can't just...
Ball reference.
Yeah, you know. Woo.
I thought you were an Eagles fan.
I am. Oh, poor Wentzy. But anyway, you got to put it all together. It isn't just about the triple axel. You got to do everything around the triple axel as well.
Going to break down a little bit the scores from the short program here, especially in terms of Ashley Wagner, and take you through this technically, and then the component score. She normally gets some credit on the component side. The judges, not tonight.
Not tonight, Terry. Technically, I think that was judged correctly. Her component score is very surprising to me.
It's shocking. She's behind Karen Chen on the component score and barely by only 0.03 ahead of Brady Snell. And there's a huge disparity between Brady and Ashley's skills. And the component score is where the judging panel can play politics.
And technically, she can't maybe stay up with a Brady Tennell, but certainly in the artistic side, you expect to be right there. And
surpasses her.
Yep.
It's shocking.
And not tonight, so she needs to come back in the free skate. We look ahead to everything still to come. Just a thought on the men. Nathan Chen, unlike the women who you didn't have a clear favorite, maybe Ashley Wagner, the name coming in, you do for the men. It's Nathan Chen.
Nathan Chen. He's been having a rough go in practice, but this kid is the quad king, and I believe in him.
Tara's been predicting Nathan Chen for a while now, and she predicted Brady Tennell here, and she's in first after the short program. But Nathan Chen has it all. He has the ability to stand even on top of the podium at the Olympic Games. So I'm really looking forward to his short program.
Just a lot of pressure on his shoulders.
5 quads in the free skate eventually, maybe. And even when he's not had his A game this year, he just keeps winning. I mean, just wins international competitions. And last year, the nationals. So we'll see. So we are underway this afternoon on day 2 here at the event. The skaters do call nationals. Quick thought about Brady Tennell last night and what we saw.
She really was in a class by herself. Technically so clean and lovely, but she's followed very closely by less than a point by Mirai Nagasu.
And Mirai went for that triple axel. It didn't pan out, but the risk was worth the reward. She's in 2nd place and very close in points.
I mentioned there's only 1 spot available for the pairs. In every other discipline for the U.S., you've got 3 spots. Not necessarily the top 3 from nationals. It's a committee that will decide who goes there, and it's your overall body of work. But this afternoon, that's a lot of pressure to start knowing there's only 1 spot.
But there are pairs with a lot of experience that definitely are front runners. We're mainly looking at Skimeka Knierim and Knierim as the favorites.
But there's other teams on their heels, so they have to skate well.
Kanan O'Shea, one of them, but the Knierim's also a team off the ice, a married couple. They missed nationals last year because of injury, but they are back strong this year. We welcome you, Terry Gannon, alongside the 3-time U.S. champ, Johnny Weir, the one and done right next to me, Tara Lipinski, on her way to an Olympic gold medal as well. Just a thought, guys, on what we saw last night here in this building from Brady Tennell, who the second half of this season has just emerged in spectacular fashion.
She's very quickly become a favorite. And in the short program, she was technically so proficient and leading, but just by a bit over Mirai Nagasu.
And Mirai has her secret weapon at this nationals that nobody else has. That is the triple axel. But look at Brady. She is so consistent, so solid. But Mirai was really right on her heels, missed the triple axel, but is so close in points.
Mirai's triple axel was not clean on the landing. Major step out in 2-foot. However, the sheer risk involved was so brilliant, and it was definitely a reward to her. Beautiful triple flip, triple toe loop there, and a component score that we haven't seen out of Mirai in quite some time. She was very entertaining.
Her program was pristine.
And you get credit for completing those revolutions, even though you didn't land that. So that's why it is so close at the top. 3 spots for the Olympic team available for the ladies, not necessarily the top 3 finishers. There's an international selection committee that will choose those 3 going to Pyeongchang. How about the men? We're going to see them tonight. And unlike the ladies event entering, there is a clear favorite for the men, and he's been something else the last year and a half, Nathan Chen.
Clear favorite. It is Nathan Chen nationals by far, but what's a little nerve-wracking for me is watching him in practice. He's really been struggling with the quads. Right here is pretty much the only quad that I've seen from him, a quad flip, triple toe, but we'll see what happens when the pressure's on, because if anyone can do a quad, it's Nathan Chen.
Now, despite Nathan Chen being the clear favorite, there's a whole mix of dudes that could make up the rest of the Olympic team. One of my favorites is Adam Rippon. He's been around for quite some time, but just finally sort of starting to find his stride. He's planning a quad lutz in his performance. Nice one there from practice earlier this week. But what Adam has is style and finesse and elegance, something that many of the other challengers don't have. There's a ferocity to him.
I don't think it's a false confidence either. He comes in here talking about the fact that he's going to be on the Olympic team. There's no way he's not making that team. And you get the sense right now that he really believes that. He
wants it so badly, and he trains so hard. He is the kid that is not only training off ice, 5 sessions on ice, and then at night at 11 o'clock on his Instagram, he's
biking or running or something crazy.
He wants this.
He wants it bad.
So the guys get underway tonight. We'll see that here in San Jose, a man who's won 4 of these U.S. national championships. Scott Hamilton standing by with Andrea Joyce right now. So as expected, they are the leaders heading into the free skate. Don't forget, we're back with you 8:30 Eastern for the men. Fascinating for me, guys, what Nathan Chen is going to do. Overwhelming favorite. He's been great. He's winning everything this year. Hasn't been quite as impressive as of late and in practice this week.
It's going to be so exciting, though, but he's been struggling with these quads in practice. I think it's a bit of the pressure finally landing on his shoulders, knowing that we're only a month out from the Olympics, that Yuzuru Hanyu, the reigning Olympic champion, is hurt, is slowly coming back, and he really does have a chance at Olympics. Olympic gold. How crazy is that?
Now, in addition to Nathan Chen and his excellence, there's a whole bunch of other dudes vying for spots on the Olympic team. Names like Adam Rippon, Max Aaron, Jason Brown, Vincent Zhou is one I'm definitely looking forward to, also with 5 quads in his long program. So it's going to be a brilliant men's event.
Does Nathan skate like Nathan, do you think, in the short program?
Nathan's short program is spellbinding. It's him, it's fierce, it's, you know, there's a macho sort of loveliness to it. It's
really
amazing.
Likes it. So do I.
Mommy loves it.
We'll cut that off right there and remind you we're back with you at 8:30 Eastern time. So it is the 3rd time that this building has hosted the U.S. Nationals, as Skater called them. And once again, we got people filing in to see them. And Terry Gannon, along with Johnny Weir, a 3-time U.S. champ. Tara Lipinski, who won back in '98, won the Olympic gold. You know all about that. Guys, for those who have not paid much attention for the past year, tell us why Nathan Chen has been the talk of the skating world. What's so special about him?
Terry, Nathan is a revolutionary. He does the most difficult quads, the quad flip, the quad lutz. He was the first to land 4 quads in a program. He was the first to land 5 quads in a program. When he takes the ice, he has the technical edge.
But in addition to that technical edge, his artistry, for me, has never been an issue. But in the last year, he's matured, he's grown up so much, and his short program especially is spellbinding.
But it is not a given that he wins the national championship here. He knows that. There are other names who are in the mix, including a veteran who comes in so confident, Adam Rippon.
So confident, but he is ready for this moment. His comments come off a little bit cocky, but I love them because they aren't. He is trained, he is prepared, and he has said there's no reason he shouldn't be on this Olympic team. And with a quad lutz, I believe him.
I'd say he's one of the most prepared men in this event. He'll often post things on social media at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, still running, still biking, still sweating and bleeding for his Olympic moment.
Got another name in the mix, too. Vincent Zhou, who was just a teenager, 17 years old, and a surprise silver medalist last year at Nationals.
He has all the goods. He has all the quads. He doesn't have the refinement, and that's what he's missing against someone like Nathan Chen.
Despite not having the finishing touches, though, Vincent Zhou has the music in his soul. And with those 5 quads in the long program that he's shown here already this week in practice, he could be a major reckoning for Nathan Chen.
Those 3, certainly 3 of the favorites to capture the 3 Olympic spots. It's not just about the top 3 on the podium. There's a committee that selects that team that will go to Pyeongchang, but others also with a chance for more on them. Thanks. So smiles right now, feeling great about what he did and the lead, but there were doubts coming in. He answered a lot of questions. It wasn't like he was just going to sail through this short program.
No, he was sick. He was struggling in practice, but he handles pressure so well. All the eyes are on him leading into these Olympic Games, and he can handle it. You have to be mentally tough, and Nathan not only is talented physically, but he's mentally tough.
And he's able to create a moment, which is what many people actually thought that he wouldn't be able to do so soon. But this short program was just superb. Incredible quads as expected.
And it wasn't just the jumps, Johnny, though. This program is so well suited for him. The audience was in it right from the start. He sold it. It was a performance. Had a little trouble there, though, with that triple axel.
Oh, the passion in that last step sequence was just glorious. It was beautiful.
Edges,
I don't even have a good word.
Edges, we love it.
Oh, the little jumps where he's, screaming into the air. Oh, it's just glorious.
I hate to stop you guys, but we have to move on to Adam Rippon and how good he was technically. If Nathan Chen does everything out there, didn't do quite everything, but nobody can touch him. But Adam Rippon was as good as I've seen in his career, really.
Every jump was lofty, every element strong. He made up so much ground not doing a quad with the grade of execution on his element, and he brought that fiery sass.
It was a good strategy. That quad lutz, I think, would be too risky in the short program, but he just brought that energy.
He lit the audience up.
I want to be clear about Jason Brown, too. Tell me exactly what you think, because I know you love his skating and you love them tonight, but in terms of the way he was judged.
I think he was incredible tonight. If he landed that triple axel cleanly and was called cleanly, then good for Jason Brown. He should get all of those points, but that is not a clean jump. And in this judging system, everyone should be judged fairly.
There are no exceptions in a judging system. It takes away from the legitimacy at times of subjective scoring in figure skating. A cheated triple axel is a cheated triple axel no matter who you are.
and wasn't penalized for the cheat on the triple axel. But rounding out the top three, and a great opportunity not only to make a run at the top spot, but also one of those 3 spots at the Olympics. And remember, just another reminder, it's not necessarily the top 3 at nationals who are going to the Olympics. It is a committee that chooses those 3. You make the podium, you give yourself a great chance. One surprise, Vincent Joe down in 5th. He's got a lot of work to do.
He went for it, though. He really did with his quads, but unfortunately under rotations.
The highest scoring element, though, the quadlets triple toe, absolutely stunning, and he'll have 5 quads in his long program to try to match
Nathan Chen.
He'll be back.
All right, so the table set for the men, looking ahead to the free skate. But tomorrow night on NBC primetime, we've got the ladies free skate. Brady Tennell, it's very close at the top, but she posted the highest number ever in the short program last night.
She is so consistent and so reliable. I have a feeling Brady is going to go out and skate a perfectly clean program.
Well, she's already shown that she can, and she will, and she does it in practice, and she has that ability to just have ice in her veins and just go do her job.
She blocks everything out.
She doesn't have a huge ego. She's not all about, I'm the queen walking into the building. What she does is her work that she does on a daily basis. But following close behind, Mirai Nagasu and her triple axel, and her blood, sweat, and tears story about not making the Olympic team 4 years ago and how bad she wants it, she's going to be fighting.
And Ashley Wagner, she'll be coming back strong.
What makes you think Brady Tennell won't make a mistake? Oh, she hasn't for like months now. Yeah, and she never falls. So should be great on NBC tomorrow night in prime time with the ladies' gold medal and those 3 spots at the Olympics at stake.
Just can't escape the characters, Mike, and I don't want to. Glad to be. Don't look at me like that, Johnny Weir. Yes, that's your ritual before. They've been doing this for over 100 years. It's a big deal every year, the national championships, but especially once every 4 years. Guys, it dictates who goes to the Olympics. You've been through this. What is this like for an athlete?
Terry, it is terrifying. The stakes are so high. These skaters train for the last 4 years for this moment. Every practice, every tier. You don't know what will happen in the next 4 years. You could be injured. This could be your final moment. When I was skating, I would physically be shaking, but somehow be in the zone, as cliche as that sounds. So these skaters really have to put their blinders on.
Every year, the national championships change people's lives, and especially this year, 14 athletes, young athletes, will forever be known as Olympians thereafter. I remember for me, I had to start every week of nationals thinking, well, at the end, at least you'll be alive. That's how nerve-wracking it is.
There's no guarantee on that. You made it, John, so I'm very happy for you. All right, let's talk about who's at the top right now. It is rare. It's not unheard of, but it is rare for a skater. If you go back just a couple of months ago, no one was talking about Brady Tennell winning a gold medal here or making the Olympic team, except
this one.
Got to give you
Miss
credit.
Lipinski.
Yes, you did. You're it. That I remember, at least. What do you think of what she's done?
Now, Brady Tennell is so technically proficient and consistent. She seems to have ice in her veins when she's going through her programs. Not a miss here this week in San Jose. And that consistency is a huge asset in a very inconsistent field of ladies. But she's followed very closely by one Miss Mirai Nagasu.
And Mirai has the X factor, the triple axel. No U.S. lady is attempting that jump. In the short program, she missed it, but it was worth the risk. She's sitting in second, and she's so close to that win.
Cliche, but she knows the highs and lows. She wins a national championship, her first trip to the senior nationals. 2014, she makes the podium, doesn't make the Olympic team. She's not selected. It was actually Wagner who was selected, who's now in 5th place, but more importantly, a little less than 8 points off the lead. Is it doable?
It is doable. For a skater with Ashley's pedigree and experience, 8 points could be quite easy to make up. However, the judges sent Ashley Wagner a very clear message in the short program that she's going to have to earn her spot in Pyeongchang. It's not going to be gifted to her.
But let's not forget, Ashley loves being the underdog. So step up your game, Ashley.
Get it, girl.
So the stage is set. Medals on the line tonight here in San Jose. The short programs took place Wednesday night here in the SAP Center. We take you back to those right now, starting with the leader heading into the free skate, Brady Tennell. Mike, it was thrilling seeing Brady Tennell win the free skate last night in the national title. The only problem with that, Johnny Weir, is that you and I are never going to hear the end of it because this one predicted it several weeks ago. She keeps just doing what she does, skating, jumping, and never making a mistake.
Terry, she is a machine. She has nerves of steel, and I have so much trust in her leading into these Olympic Games as the rookie.
Now, Brady Tennell, nobody had ever thought of her for a podium position before last night, and she went in with guts and guile. First place after the short program, defended that first place, and it really makes you look ahead to the Olympics. Will she come through there? And you have every reason to believe she will.
So many people on a personal level really cheering for Mirai Nagasu after being left off the Olympic team the last time around. Didn't quite make it to the top step, but just no doubt about it, a silver medal and a thrilling performance for her.
Terry, it's been a long 4 years for Mirai. She's been training so hard. She was so gutsy, throwing in those triple axels in the short and free skate. She missed them, but she fought for the rest of her program. It was so emotional. She wanted to make this Olympic team, and she did.
Now, despite coming in second, Mirai Nagasu was clearly the emotional victory last night.
It'll be Karen Chen joining those two in Pyeongchang at the Olympics. Do you agree with that selection?
Oh, 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
We say it at the same time.
Takes care of that and takes care of the ladies. We'll talk to them, those three, in a little bit. But we turn our attention now to the pairs free skate. The overwhelming favorites coming in, Alexis Semeka-Kanaram and Chris Kanaram, married couple. They've won a title before, but there's only one spot available for the Olympics. A lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure, but the Kanarams have the international standing, reputation, and the time together as a team to be that outstanding favorite. But they've got to watch out for the other teams behind them, because Alexa and Chris have a tendency to mess up on their side-by-side jumps. So they've got to be clean.
And think how much pressure is on them today. They're the favorites. They're leading after the short program, and there is only one spot for the Olympics.
And they want to go in with momentum and with high numbers into the Olympics. So not just maybe getting a third. They've talked about it, not getting second, third, or fourth, but actually winning the gold medal and heading to Pyeongchang with a lot of momentum. I didn't get the memo on the red and black.
Oh, I'm sorry, Terry.
Sorry.
I never get the memo. Kissing, cry, moments and thoughts, guys, and how emotional. You know what it's like to win. All the years that you spend working towards a moment like this and then realizing it.
Well, so many people only see these skaters every 4 years, but it is day in, day out, dedication, sacrifice, blood, sweat, and tears, and that all comes out on the national stage. Very exciting for the Kanarams. But tonight, Nathan Chen is going to fend off all his title from all the other dudes.
The face of men's figure skating is coming out with all the quads. It's going to be exciting. You know me, Johnny. Quads, quads, quads.
We did. First to do 4 quads in a program, and now 5 quads last year. What's he got in store tonight? He was great in the short program.
I mean, we just want to see him skate as clean as possible. That's what he needs heading into these Olympic Games.
Moxie.
And will be one of the favorites for the Olympic gold medal, no matter what he does tonight. But you need to have momentum. You need to maybe have big numbers from nationals heading to Pyeongchang.
You're good for the confidence,
you're back
too.
tonight, right?
Oh, yeah, we're here. We're here.
Okay, right now.
Changing clothes,
you, Terry.
We'll see all of you tonight, too, in prime time. Right now, we go over to Mike Tariq. Yeah. And this is what they did. What are you going to do to the Rachmaninoff tonight? The Prudential U.S. Figure Skating Championships are brought to you by Head & Shoulders for dry scalp relief all winter long. And by Prudential, proud sponsor of U.S. Figure Skating. Bring your challenges. That is one sincere smile from Johnny Weir after one of the 3 national championships that he won throughout his career. Nathan Chen now 1 behind Johnny. He's very young, though, you know. He's 18. 2 for 2 here the last 2 years for Nathan Chen. So that's solidified, guys. And we've talked about your feeling about Nathan Chen and what he's going to mean, what he's going to accomplish. Maybe the favorite going to Pyeongchang. But how about overall and the decision that the committee has about the top 3 who will go to Pyeongchang? It's interesting.
It's interesting. I really do believe they should send Adam because he has the criteria on Vincent and Ross, and that is part of how they select the Olympic team.
As a purist, I like the idea of the top 3 from the U.S. National Championships representing the United States at the Olympics. However, I won't be mad if Adam Rippon gets put on the team, but then you have to think, Vincent Zhou has more international criteria met than Ross Minor, but how do you jump over the second place skater and send the 3rd place and 4th place skaters in his stead? It's a really hard decision.
Guys, here is how they do it. It's not the top 3, as you know, as you just said, but there is a criteria. It's forget about all these different events. You go U.S. Championships, the most important, and then to the Grand Prix final. Adam Rippon would have the advantage there.
Joe and Ross Minor not there, but then you go to the World Championships last year, Grand Prix events through 2017. So all of that, the body of work is taken into account. And certainly Adam Rippon has made a case for himself, but then Vincent Joe perhaps over Ross Minor, but Ross Minor comes in second here. It's complicated.
It is so complicated, and Ross had the performance of his life.
And can he repeat that? We haven't seen proof that Ross Minor can repeat a performance like that. Vincent Joe, if I was U.S. figure skating, I would want Vincent Joe at the Olympics to start cultivating perhaps at the next Olympic Games, looking at Nathan Chen's trajectory and Vincent Joe, a possible 1-2 at the next Winter Olympics, but you have to start cultivating that now.
Vincent is our future, and he can compete with the best in the world. Not quite yet, but he has those quads.
It's going to be a very nervous next couple of hours till the late night hours here, and those athletes are notified, the ones that are going to Pyeongchang. So, Mike, it's going to be something for them, and we will see as well. It's been some night here in San Jose. We send it over to Mike Tirico now.